What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including LA Knight involved in car accident, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper honored after SmackDown, is Drew McIntyre working fans, Edge returns to AEW, AEW signing former WWE names, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get on to our first story. LA Knight involved in car accident. Our top story today looks at some alarming news relating to LA Knight, as the former US champion was involved in a car accident before last night's WWE live event in Baltimore. The news was revealed by Knight himself following his match with Santos Escobar, and this is what he had to say in relation to his accident. It wasn't an easy road down here, I'll tell you why. Earlier today I was driving high 70, got a little fender bender. Somebody decided to bang it into my car. Thankfully, based on the fact that Knight was cleared to wrestle, this seemed to imply that Knight is perfectly okay and isn't badly hurt. Is Drew McIntyre working fans? Drew McIntyre had the wrestling world talking earlier this month with his outburst on Busted Open Radio. McIntyre's outburst felt totally authentic, and as is always the case with the former WWE champion, it's hard to know what's an act and what isn't. In relation to the Busted Open Radio drama, legendary commentator Jim Ross believes that the outburst was indeed a work, and McIntyre is working an angle. I have a lot of respect for Drew and I'm proud of his success. WWE has got a good one with him. He's reliable, durable, and hopefully all his issues, if there are any, hell I don't know, I think they were working us all. If they were working us, they sure got me. This was a great way to get fans talking, and we may never find out what elements of the interview were in character and which parts were legitimate. McIntyre has had a stellar 2024, and he is many people's MVP of the calendar year. Fans are urging WWE to continue the push of McIntyre into the new year, and this seems to be the case as recent reports indicate that WWE are extremely high on him, and for good reason. McIntyre is inevitably going to be destined for a huge match at WrestleMania 41 in April, yet at this time, it's unclear who this is going to be against, as WWE are moving the WrestleMania card around, and new matches are reported on a weekly basis. Who would you like to see McIntyre face at WrestleMania? Let us know in the comments below. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper honored after SmackDown. After SmackDown's dark matches this week, WWE paid tribute to Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper in a truly classy manner. Braun Strowman, who was of course close friends with Wyatt and Harper, cut a promo where he discussed his recent struggles. "This is my godson Nash and his beautiful sister Hyrie over here, and JoJo, the whole family. I've had an unbelievably rough couple of years. I thought my career was over with my neck injury. I've lost two of my best friends in this industry in the last 4 years, and what keeps me moving and doing this every night are these kids and every single one of y'all. I freaking love this. I love them, and I love every single one of y'all. I wish you many, many blessings in 2025. Jey Uso capped off the moment by inviting members of the two respective families into the ring, and in a touching moment, Jey declared, "This is the Wyatt family for real. This the next bloodline for real." Iconic WWE ring announcer being inducted into Hall of Fame? Could legendary WWE ring announcer Tony Chimel be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? One name who is advocating for this to happen is former WWE referee Mike Chioda, who had this to say on the Monday Mailbag podcast. "I've always said that I'd like to be the one to induct Tony Chimel. He announced for many years, working tirelessly as part of the ring crew for an incredible 38 years. I thought my 35 years were a long time, but Chimel's 38 are just amazing. He did so much for the company in so many ways." It would be hard to find any wrestling fan who would be against this induction, and it's only right that WWE start to acknowledge non-wrestlers and give them their rightful moment in the spotlight. John Cena to pass the torch? It's now being rumored that WWE's direction for WrestleMania 41 is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. This is no doubt going to main event one of the nights of WrestleMania, and the report already has the wrestling world buzzing. Wrestling legend Jeff Jarrett has chimed in on the subject, as he believes that based on how things are transpiring in WWE, the passing of the torch from Cena to Rhodes is going to be magical. The Cena year coming up, it's Can we go through the iterations from the WWF 80s? The Hogan, the literal passing of the baton sometimes, Jarrett observed. He compared past transitions of star power, noting, sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's not. Like Hogan to Bret was not a pretty handoff, would you say? Bret to Shawn? You had Sting and Hulk? Jarrett concluded by predicting a magical passing of the torch from John Cena to Cody Rhodes. When you look right now, and it's just kind of how things are transpiring, the Cena to Cody handoff, it's gonna be magical. When it was confirmed that Cena would be working WrestleMania 41 in 2025, Rhodes was one of the matches rumored early on, yet these rumors slowly faded late into the year, and the new direction seemed to be Cena versus Gunther for the world title. On paper, the matchup between the two babyfaces makes a ton of sense and will be a huge box office attraction for WWE. Obviously, this match isn't confirmed, and the WrestleMania card could easily change between now and April, especially with the status of the final boss, The Rock, being in a constant state of flux. Tony Khan defends major AEW blunder. AEW hasn't exactly had a great 2024, and one of the downfalls of the company this year was the controversial decision to air the footage of the backstage fight between CM Punk and Jack Perry. Shockingly, during the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer and Garrett Gonzalez engaged in a conversation regarding AEW airing the footage, and in a wild reveal, Meltzer revealed that Tony Khan believes that airing the footage was the key in AEW getting a new TV deal. I've discussed this with him. You have no idea how much, and it's always the same thing, that he believes that that was the key to getting that deal. So I'll tell you, in every discussion, there is not even a thought in his mind that he made a mistake there. If it helped making the deal, then he's right. But I certainly didn't think long term it was the right thing, even though, yes, it did help make Jack Perry a star. I just didn't think it was positive for the company in the big picture. This is yet another bold comment from Khan that is sure to get fans talking on social media. Edge returns to AEW. AEW held their final pay-per-view broadcast of the year last night as they presented World's End 2024. The show was newsworthy as it featured the return of WWE Hall of Famer Edge, aka Adam Copeland. Copeland would make his dramatic return following the main event, and it appears that Copeland is set to feud with AEW World Champion Jon Moxley. Copeland returned alongside FTR, and the stable will be officially known as Rated FTR. The stable will join forces on Dynamite next week to take on the Death Rider stable led by the AEW World Champion. Copeland has been out of action for some time with a broken leg, and it's great to see the wrestling great back in the squared circle. Former WWE names signing with AEW? Could two former WWE names be AEW bound? Well, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, Baron Corbin and AJ Francis were backstage at World's End last night. This report has received mixed responses from fans on social media, as the main criticism is that the AEW roster is truly stacked and it's unclear where these two names would fit on the show. With that being said, Corbin is a fantastic worker and was said to be well liked backstage in WWE, so he's definitely a name that deserves another shot. Corbin has years of experience under his belt, and AEW would surely be able to allocate him a role somewhere within the company. In relation to Francis, he's been doing well with his work in TNA, yet he still has a lot of growing to do as a performer, and it may be in his best interest at this stage of his career to remain put in the promotion. Huge name set for Royal Rumble. Our final story today looks at the brand new 2025 Royal Rumble poster and how WWE have now confirmed numerous major names for the show. The new poster has fans talking, and notable names featured include John Cena, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. Already confirmed for the highly anticipated show is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match, and the two respective Rumble matches for the men and women of WWE. This is sure to be a Rumble event that fans will never forget. There you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time, back for some more wrestling content.